Welcome back to Hypixel Skyblock Ironman mode. To start us off, I claimed my uncommon frog pet, collected my forge, and filled it back up with mithril and titanium. I'll need these materials for drill upgrade recipes. My first goal of the episode was to get Yogg armor as an upgrade to my Flamebreaker armor. This requires 160 total Yoggis, and the most efficient way to grind them is by fighting Bal in the Crystal Hollows. Every time you land a hit on Bal, there's a small chance for a Yoggi to drop. You can also drop a pet, but we'll cover that later. I fought Bal on loop for well over an hour till I eventually got the materials I needed to craft the set. Now, Yogg armor does provide small boosts to mining fortune and heat resistance, but the real reason I wanted it is for the universal gemstone slots. This slot allows me to put topaz gemstones on my armor to grant a total of 4.8 extra pristine. If you're unfamiliar, pristine represents a chance for a mined rough gemstone to be upgraded to a flawed gemstone. Every gemstone has a base drop of 3 to 5 rough gemstones, and the percent chance is rolled for each drop to see if one or more will be upgraded. Mining fortune is then applied to multiply the resulting drops. In combination with my LT522, I now have 5.8 pristine. I immediately put my newfound power to work getting more pristine in the form of prismatic. This enchantment requires 40 fine topaz gemstones each, and I'd like to get prismatic 3 on my drill, which will require 4 prismatic 1s or 160 fine gemstones. As you can see, pristine is a really strong stat, the most important of them all, I'd argue. Even with this output, it still took over an hour just to craft one book. A few hours later, I got back on to claim my forge and fill it back up to the brim with refined titanium using my stockpile from grinding Heart of the Mountain 7. Before I mined my remaining 3 prismatic books, I wanted to get my mining stats up. Remember those 2 mining speed and mining fortune perks I unlocked? I didn't. I should have been gathering gemstone powder to upgrade them before mining topaz, but oh well. One of the treasure chests contained a flawless topaz gemstone, which has an outrageous 1 in 47,619 chance to drop. I powder mined all the way to 1.1 million gemstone powder and then split it evenly between the two, which granted me 1,240 more mining speed and 93 more mining fortune. Back to topaz mining I went, in which I fell asleep in my chair, died, and lost over 4 million coins. We're never talking about this again. I crafted my second prismatic book the next day and applied it to my drill. 2 down, 2 to go. I claimed all of my titanium and then set up as much refined mithril as possible, since I knew I'd need many in order to forge the mithril plates required for the 455 drill. I don't get to that this episode, but trust me, it'll be first on the chopping block the next time I cover mining. I mined diamonds for a little while to get the coins for a booster cookie, reaching mining 45 in the process. My increased mining fortune definitely shows. I made almost 8 million coins in an hour, which is double what I would have made just a couple episodes ago. I hunkered down and mined the rest of the topaz needed for 2 more prismatic books, allowing me to bring my drill to prismatic 3. I had mined a little bit of ruby along the way too, which I used to upgrade my gemstone sack. Next up is this video's main attraction, crystal nucleus runs. I wanted to complete 20 of them for this episode, but they required a lot of prep first. For one, I need 20 precursor apparatuses, which I acquired the robot parts for by powder mining in the precursor remnants. It took about 2 hours of opening treasure chests to get 20 of each robot part and craft the apparatuses. This gave me 2.3 million gemstone powder, which I put into 10 upgrades to my powder buff perk. I also needed 20 jungle keys, but getting the sludge juice to purchase them from Odawa did not take nearly as long as the robot parts did. I crafted a large backpack to add to my storage menu so that I could fit the 20 sets of keeper tools I'd need. Finding them with the metal detector is by far the most painful part of preparing for Nucleus runs, and unlike powder mining for the robot parts, I don't really get any other rewards from it. It does look pretty beautiful when you've got them all though. Now that I've got everything prepped, I could set up a lobby for Nucleus runs by digging routes to Yokar and the Goblin Queen's Den, the Lost Precursor City, Jungle Temple, Mines of Divan, and Khazad Doom. Getting used to the route took a second, but I was able to complete my first Nucleus run, netting a lapidary book, which increases gemstone mining speed and fortune. Without an AOTV to be able to teleport around, each run takes quite a while, although I did get more efficient over time. So here's the loot from 19 more Nucleus runs. My second run gave me a Divan fragment, which is used to craft the Armor of Divan, the best mining set in the game. My third gave me another fragment, a gemstone fortune boosting item, and another lapidary book. Someone dropped a Devon's alloy, a 1 in 1,000 chance, while I was reviewing the loot. I'm really happy for that guy. My fourth run gave me nothing special, fifth run dropped some bob-ombs for setting up gemstone routes along with another lapidary book, sixth run dropped some treasurite and my third lapidary book, and the seventh run gave me 2 Devon fragments and a Helix fossil that I can use for an ammonite pet. I also got an epic bow pet, by far my most critical mining pet yet for its mining fortune, pristine, and pickaxe ability cooldown reduction. The next notable drop came from my 9th Nucleus run when I hit the 7.5% chance for a Jade Roll, the most powerful armor reforge in the game. I'll actually be applying this to my mineral armor instead of my main mining set in order to strengthen my diamond mining. My 10th run dropped a gemstone mixture, nothing too crazy, its forge recipe is pretty easy, but it saves me the wait. The 11th netted nothing of use, 12th netted nothing, 13th dropped 2 more Devon fragments, 14th gave me nothing, 15th gave me nothing, but my 16th gave me a second Jade Rolled and a Devon fragment, which is pretty damn lucky. We'll skip to the last relevant Nucleus run, number 20, which also happens to be the final run. To be honest, I enjoyed this quite a lot. It's fun once you get the route set up and find a rhythm, although the prep is pretty awful. Last run dropped 3 Devon fragments. I don't really know the odds of that, but it seems pretty insane. I threw my Bow Pet into Cat to upgrade it to Legendary and applied my 2 Jade Rolls to my Mineral Helmet and Chestplate. I then purchased a Griffin Pet and Ancestral Spade from Diana to participate in the Mythological Ritual event. I wasn't going to go crazy or anything, I only wanted the materials to upgrade my Griffin to Uncommon. Essentially, you parade around the hub digging up Griffin burrows, which can either spawn mythological mobs or give rewards. I wanted to get Griffin feathers as they're needed for the Griffin upgrade stones. With 16 Griffin feathers, I crafted the base Griffin upgrade stone and upgraded it to the uncommon Griffin upgrade stone. Then I headed over to the forge to claim my refined mithril and begin forging a scorched topaz using the flawless gemstone I'd found. This applies the heated reforge, in which more mining speed and fortune is given depending on how much heat you have. I also upgraded my dwarven lantern to the mithril lantern, strengthening its temporary mining buffs. I put the rest of the slots toward refined mithril. All of the hardstone I'd accumulated over time gave me the concentrated stone required to craft 2 siletzes, which I applied to my gemstone drill to give it efficiency 7. I then crafted a talisman of power and upgraded it to the ring of power using the 1 gemstone mixture I had dropped from Nucleus runs earlier. Those runs also gave me the fine jade gemstones needed to unlock my LT522's final gemstone slot. The next morning, I claimed my forge, mined some diamonds with my freshly minted Bow Pet, and forged 5 refined diamonds. I'm aiming to use these for a titanium-infused fuel tank, which would upgrade a drill's fuel capacity to 25,000. I applied heated to my gemstone drill and crafted a beacon, which will provide me with passive magic find. I moved on to foraging in Galatea with the goal of reaching Foraging 35 and obtaining Fig Armor, the most powerful foraging armor currently in the game. I was basically just cutting the same 7 trees down for a few hours in total, so I'll only show some of the highlights. I upgraded my Figstone Splitter to +9 sweep, hit Foraging level 31, got to +10 sweep, then +11 sweep, reached Foraging level 32, you get the point. I ended with my adds at +18 sweep, crafted my Fig Armor, turns out I actually misinterpreted how many Fig Stones I needed, I got 32 and only needed 24. Got enough books to add First Impression 4 to my adds, and I achieved both Agatha Milestone 3 and Foraging 35 thanks to the many high-level contests I'd participated in along the way. I put all the coupons into another +1% sweep, a Moonglade ring, a Frog Pet upgrade item, and 4 Forest Pledge 3 books that I applied to my Fig Armor. I also poured some of the Forest Essence I'd collected into 5-starring my ATS to give it a 10% stat buff, and then I spent the rest to get a 2% ATS stat boost perk. I threw my Frog Pet into Cat, looted my forge for the penultimate time, and mined enough enchanted coal blocks for 5 fuel canisters, the last materials needed for the titanium fuel tank. I waited the 10 hours to collect my canisters and forged my titanium infused fuel tank, which also gives a slight reduction to the pickaxe ability cooldown. To end things off, I set up 4 hunt traps in the fairy grotto with the goal of passively collecting silent depth shards, an extremely powerful attribute which provides a chance to double loot from treasure chests. This will be a huge boost to powder mining, getting robot parts, and getting goblin eggs. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time for Slayers. Like a lot of Slayers. The entire episode will be Slayers, actually.